Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing the importance of information and what is asymmetric information. Along with that, we will also discuss the problem associated with asymmetric information and how it affects the financial markets. Let us understand the importance of information. Information is the fuel for the modern economy. It is the knowledge that derived from the data which have been transformed, interpreted, stored and used for some specific purposes. It is essential for effective operation and making decisions at all the level of business strategies. It helps to obtain effective and fruitful result. Therefore, it is not wrong to say that today's world is the world of information revolution, where information is power, it's the fuel for the modern economy. Information is the growth driver for modern economy. Let's take an example. We have witnessed the outbreak of coronavirus in 2019. There was an announcement of lockdown not only in India but all the major economies of the world. There were complete restriction on the movement, markets were closed, public places were closed, we were all sitting at home with no cars running on the road, no demand for petrol, diesel and CNG in the cars, but the economy was moving. The economy was moving not on the fossil fuel, but it was moving on the wheels of information. So, in that period, we saw the economy was moving. We all were connected with the help of information and IT services. The life moved from offline to online mode, from a real to a virtual life. We all were active thoroughly with our offices, school, colleges, and other services with the help of information. We were all connected and was possible because of this information. Therefore, the power of information helped the economy to move continuously in spite of the lockdown. And it kept us working even in the lockdown in the online mode. Let us take another example on the importance of information, that is online marketing. Information is important for both sellers and buyers. In online marketing, we know that there are various apps on which we make order. This online marketing not only helps seller to sell the product and earn profit, but it also provides information in form of huge data on consumer choice or preference for the product that would help the seller to take strategic decisions on their marketing, selling strategies, choice of the product, and help them to earn huge profit. Information is important for both producer and consumer. How it is important for the producer? It is important for the producer because information helps the producer to take investment or production decisions. That is, what to produce, how to produce, and when to produce. This leads to optimum utilization of resources, which is the basic principle of economics. At the same time, information is important for consumer as well because information provides them knowledge about the market and the product. This helps them in taking consumption decisions and help to maximize consumer satisfaction. Therefore, information is very important for both the producer and the consumer to get the benefit. So information has so much of importance in everyone's life. Ideally, if the information is symmetric, perfect, complete, then investment decision taken on it will give you huge profit. But have you ever thought what would happen if the information on which strategic decisions are taken is not correct? If the information given to you is incomplete, or there is a hiding of information, or a wrong information, or might be information lag. What would happen if the information on which you take the decisions are not correct? It would lead to a devastating consequences. It would give you a huge loss or might result in a market failure, or to a larger extent, it could lead to a financial crisis in the economy as a whole. Therefore, huge loss would let you think what went wrong. Therefore, before taking strategic decisions, we should find out what type of informations we are getting. Information are of two types. One is symmetric information and another one is asymmetric information. Symmetric information is a type of information when there is a complete information to both the parties involved in the transaction. There is no hiding of information. But asymmetric information is information when one party is hiding the information from the other party involved in the transaction. Let us find out the difference between symmetric and asymmetric information. What is symmetric information? It is a situation in which all relevant information is known to all the parties involved in the transaction. That means both the buyers and the sellers will have the same information. There is no hiding of information and complete information is available to both the parties. Take an example. In the stock market, stock information has a full public disclosure and all investors are in the same position to share information. Symmetric information are always encouraged in the market. But the problem arises when the information is asymmetric. What is this asymmetric information? It is a situation that arises when one party has insufficient knowledge about the other involved in the transaction. It occurs when one party has more information than the other party. The theory proposes that an imbalance of information between the buyer and the seller can lead to market failure. The economic theory of asymmetric information was developed during 1970s and 80s, and asymmetric information is a very important aspect of financial market. Let us find out the classification of asymmetric information. We have already discussed that information is broadly classified into symmetric information and asymmetric information. Symmetric information is the kind of information when there is a complete information to both the parties about the transaction. But the problem arises when there is asymmetric information taking place and there is a hiding of information from one party by the another party involved in the transaction, and that would lead to a bad consequence. So asymmetric information is further classified into adverse selection and moral hazard. Adverse selection is a type of asymmetric information which takes place before the financial transaction, whereas moral hazard is a type of asymmetric information that takes place after the financial transaction. In adverse selection problem, we will be discussing the lemon problem and peach problem, while in moral hazard, we will be discussing the principal agent problem in detail. Agency theory. And what is the importance of agency theory in asymmetric information? Agency theory is the analysis of how asymmetric information problem affect economic behavior. It is a concept that explains the important relationship between the principal and their agent. Agency theory is also often referred to as agency dilemma or agency problem. In the next video, I will be discussing asymmetric information in financial markets with various case studies, where I will be discussing in detail the lemon problem in a used car market, lemon problem in security markets, adverse selection problem in bank loan, moral hazard in equity contract, that is principal agent problem, and the causes for financial crisis, where I will be discussing the case study of East Asian crisis of 1997, US subprime crisis of 2008, Zimbabwe economic crisis in 2008, Greek debt crisis of 2010, and the most recent Bangladesh financial crisis. If you have any question on this presentation, please put your question in the comment section and like and subscribe my channel to get further notification. Thank you so much.